Number 4. You know, I gotta be honest, until this point, the movie has pretty much held my attention. I mean, all the other stuff I mentioned before, I can pretty much get through. It's here that the movie just takes the wrong turn at Albuquerque. All of a sudden, you have Shia LaDouche. He's swinging from trees like Tarzan. And to top that off, he's accompanied by a gaggle of freaking CG monkeys. Is this an Indiana Jones film? I must say I was terribly disappointed not to hear the Tarzan yell. The movie just doesn't feel like an Indiana Jones movie anymore. It feels cartoonish, well, I'll get to number 5. Number 5, CG ants. Giant CG ants. What is this, an Indiana Jones film or a sequel to The Mummy? That's what kind of movie this felt like to me. I felt like when I was watching it that I was watching one of those extra cheesy, substance-free mummy movies when I'm supposed to be watching an Indiana Jones movie. An Indiana Jones movie is what those crappy movies all wanted to be in the first place. So what the hell is going on here? Why do Spielberg and Lucas feel the need to compete with a crappy series that exists in the shadows and rides on the coattails of the real deal, their real deal? Let this generation have their crappy-dappy Mummy franchise. I want Indiana Jones, damn it. Hell, here was your opportunity, Spielberg and Lucas, to show the Mummy and the Sci-Fi Channel generation how it's really done, and they failed miserably. Nice going, fuckers. I don't know what happened to Lucas to make him stop caring, but he obviously has. That was very obvious with the Star Wars prequels. Maybe it's the money. Maybe it's his love and affection for toys, his fascination with them, or maybe he's just too fat and lazy to keep up. Maybe it's because the original Star Wars was a fluke and the only reason it survived through the late 90s was because someone else was in the director's chair for the last 2 of the original trilogy and Lucas didn't get to submit all of his stupid ideas. In other words, he was stopped because the prequels plummeted, and now the Star Wars name has been forever tarnished and mangled beyond repair, and the franchise is now drenched with all these Clone Wars movies and shows, and it's just left a really bad taste in my mouth for Star Wars, and now he's doing the same thing to Indiana Jones. So why did Spielberg allow him to do this? He saw what happened to Star Wars, so why didn't he do something? Why didn't Harrison Ford do something? Why didn't he step in and say, listen, fat ass, I'm not sharing the screen with CG gophers. I'll do it with puppets, but non-tangible CG gophers, ants, and monkeys is where I draw the line. What the hell happened here? If you don't believe that this whole thing is Lucas's fault, then allow me to refer you to the bonus disc in the Indiana Jones Trilogy DVD box set, where you will see that Lucas gets all these bad ideas from time to time, and Spielberg has to step in and say, no, Lucas, I don't want Indiana Jones to investigate haunted houses. He's an archaeologist, not a Ghostbuster. This is actually the premise Lucas suggested for what became Temple of Doom. But Spielberg stepped in and said, no, I just made a ghost movie. Let's do something different. Well, what happened? Why did Spielberg give up all of a sudden? It seems as if he's ignoring, he used to ignore Lucas, but now he's paying attention to him? Has he stopped caring too? Now, I want to end this review on a very sincere note. I don't actually hate this movie as much as I let on. In fact, the more I watch it, the better it gets. I don't know if that's a good thing, though. I don't think any movie should be an acquired taste. Either you like it or you don't, and you should pretty much know right off the bat. Still, there are those types of movies that grow on you after a while. You can't really explain it. It's as if there's something about it, maybe one key element that draws you in, and when it's on cable or something and there's nothing better on, you might find yourself watching it, and the more this happens, the more you get used to it. It's like your brain gets numb to all the senselessness and stupidity after a while, kind of like being desensitized to violence. I'll be honest, I hated this movie when I first saw it, so much in fact that I began warning people on the way out of the theater not to go see it and to go see something else. Now, my opinion has somewhat changed since then. Once you get past all the Lucas crap, it's not too bad. Unfortunately, there's a lot of Lucas crap to get behind. So anyway, as my friend Tom said, it's a fun little popcorn movie, and he's right. This is a great little family movie or something pleasant to watch on a rainy Saturday afternoon, when you've ran out of shrooms and you've watched your last bit of internet porn, and you're ready for a snack and a movie. So I give this movie 2.5 stars, I guess. Ratings, who cares? Well, until next time, this is SkyDaddy saying thanks for watching.